Okay, I'm just getting started here. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me and you can see me. Welcome to today's live stream. Today is a very special live stream because I'm not teaching English. This is my 20-year anniversary in Korea. So today I will be talking about Korea. So if you have any English questions, you're going to have to save those for tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow to answer your English questions. But today's live stream, I'm just going to talk about Korea. So if you have any questions about Korea or you're curious about my time in Korea, if you're interested in Korean music or studying, ask anything about Korea. If you have no interest about Korea, maybe this is not the live stream for you. So again, I'm not gonna answer any English questions today. I want you guys to practice writing questions about Korea. So yeah, today is the official 20-year anniversary that I've been living and working in Korea. That's a long time, right? As an English teacher. I'm going to check who's in the chat room watching right now. Excuse me. Diallo, Leila, hello. Welcome. Joanne. And Layla's asking how I'm feeling. I'm still a little bit sick. Many of you know I've been sick this week, so I've canceled a few live streams. But I'm here now. Today's a special day, so I thought I would come on and share this day with my students. Sadie, I can't say that. Sadie, here, let me move this over here. Sayday, hi everyone, hello. Doing well, getting better. Devika from Sri Lanka. Kang Yujin, hello Kang Yujin. And Carrie asks, why do you teach English in Korea? Could you choose other jobs in other countries? Well, okay, listen up. So I came to Korea, I graduated from university. My major was English. And of course, I was born in Canada. I went to university in Canada. Everyone speaks English. So, as a new university student and graduating soon, it's very hard to get a job. Every university student's worried about getting a job. And I was worried about getting a job. But I saw there was a lot of advertisements for Asia, to teach in Asia, mainly Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. They were always looking for English teachers. And I thought, hey, I want to see some of the world and make some money. So I decided to start applying for jobs. And Korea, I chose Korea because Korea had the best offer. Because Korea would give me a teaching job, they would give me a house, and they would give me the airplane ticket to fly over. So that was very attractive job offer for a new graduated student. So I got the plane ticket, I come here, I start working, I have a place to stay. So I originally planned to stay 1 year. Wow, here we are 20 years later. Catherine, hi. Ali, Yildiz, heyo. Billy's here. Tika. Moaz, didn't see you in a long time. Yeah, I'm still around. Kareem, yes. For all the late people, I'm talking about Korea. So if you have any questions about Korea, now is your chance to ask. So I'm not going to answer English questions today. I'll answer English questions tomorrow. Today is only Korea. And Korean, do you know Korean language? Yes and no. Mainly no. Yes, I've been in Korea for 20 years and I have studied Korean off and on. So sometimes I studied Korean, sometimes I didn't study Korean. And I'm not I'm not very good at speaking Korean. There's many reasons for that. I'm not going to go into those reasons because I want to keep this video positive. But no, I don't speak Korean very well. My listening is can be pretty good depending on the topic. But really, I have no chance to speak Korean because every day, I'm working at college teaching English, and I'm doing my YouTube channels teaching English. There's not much time to speak Korean. Carrie Page, why did you choose this topic today? Because today is the 20-year anniversary. May 25th this is 20 years. So that's why I chose the topic. Thank you, Sarah Moran. Kang Yu Jin, how was trip to North Korea? Yeah, in 2014, I went to North Korea for 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I don't remember. I traveled different places in North Korea. It was a great experience. But it's a very sensitive topic to talk about North Korea because, many people hate North Korea. So when they hear that I went to North Korea for traveling, sometimes that causes an argument. But I love my trip to North Korea. I'd love to go back, but it's very expensive to go there. You can't travel from South Korea directly to North Korea. I have to go to China, Beijing first, and then from Beijing I fly to North Korea. And one interesting thing about my trip is leaving North Korea. I took the train out of North Korea from Pyongyang to Beijing. And that train was 24 hours. It was a long train. Anyway, I hope to go back to North Korea. I loved Baekdu-san. Baekdu Mountain is a very famous Korean mountain. It's located on the border between North Korea and China. South Koreans can go to the Chinese side, but the North Korean side was very beautiful. Nobody was there. It was very peaceful and so beautiful. That's one of my favorite natural places that I ever visited in Asia was Baekdu Mountain in North Korea. Wow. Carrie, what's your favorite Korean movie? Well, Carrie, I used to watch a lot of Korean movies. About 10 years ago, I watched, I'm sure, over 100 Korean movies. And my favorite Korean movie was, I don't know the, excuse me, I don't know the Korean title, but the English title was My Sassy Girl. That's a pretty famous movie. I don't know when that was made. I'll check the date. I don't even know if you saw that. Did you see that movie, Carrie? My Sassy Girl? Did anyone see the movie? There's the Wikipedia entry. So that movie was 2001. But I really liked that movie at that time. These days, I don't watch any Korean movies. I just don't have time for any movies. Sarah, thank you. Kareem, we the Indians want your service as an English teacher. So Kareem, should I spend the next 20 years in India helping Indians? Indians already speak English very well. Sleepwalker, hi. Jessica Miro Ortiz, hello, thank you. Layla, are you still planning to study in Korea? I don't study. Uh, I studied many things in Korea, actually. I got my master's in Asian studies while I was in Korea. I got a master's in education while I was in Korea. I got a TESOL certificate in business while I was in Korea. I did a lot of studying in Korean, but I have to focus on my YouTube channels, and I have this new channel now, so there's no time for studying anything. And Diallo, no, I don't speak Korean fluently. And I know many people, oh, you've been there a long time, you must speak fluently. Well, no, I just had no time, or I didn't have much motivation to learn Korean because I'm teaching English every day, all day, working on English websites and videos all day, English, English, English. Ayaz Khan, hello, thank you for your comment. Moyaz, I want to talk to you about Sudan. Sudan. You had civil war a few years ago. Sounds like a dangerous place. Sudan. I haven't been to any African country yet. I will travel to Africa soon. But yeah, I would like to go to Sudan if it's safe now. Now it says official languages in Sudan are Arabic and English. Does everyone speak English in Sudan? Catherine, I want to speak Korean. Well, unfortunately, in my English live streams, I don't allow other languages. Sayedi, is it difficult to apply for Middle Eastern countries? If anyone here wants to study in Korea, Korea has a lot of scholarships, but to study in Korea, you have to come and learn the language first. Okay, so if you're a student, you have to study the Korean language. So you probably spend about a year studying the Korean language, some people 2 years, and then you can go for your bachelor's degree or master's degree or PhD, and you can get a lot of scholarships for that. But to get that student visa, I think the rule is you need $20,000 in your bank account for 3 months. So if you can prove $20,000 has been in your bank account 3 months, then you have a good chance of getting a student visa for Korea. So that's one of the requirements. Joanne, everyone's asking about Korean language. No, I'm not so good at Korean language. Ali, it's not hard to living and teaching there to Korean students? It is very hard to teach Korean students. I don't want to make anyone angry or offend anyone, but Korea is a rich country. All right, Koreans are not poor. They are not poor. So they have great opportunities without learning English. They don't need to learn English to make money, to get a good job, to have all kinds of opportunities in Korea. But in, I guess, not so rich countries, English gives people more opportunities if they learn English. So the motivation is stronger in other countries. The motivation to learn English is not so strong in Korea because they don't really need to speak English. They do study for the TOEIC test, but that's not a speaking test, right? That's just a writing test. but I'm going to get some water because of my throat. So if they're not motivated to learn English, they're hard to teach. When I went to London a few years ago, I did my CELTA training in London, and I was able to teach students from all over the world. And certainly, I had students from Turkey, I had students from Syria, I had students from Brazil, Japan, all kinds of countries, and they were highly motivated. I guess in London, you're spending a lot of money. You better study, but those students were really motivated. Whatever I taught, they were eager to learn. But Korea can be hard sometimes. But my students are nice. Moaz Yunis. Korea traditional dress carries the traditional customs. Korea is modernizing. They have traditional dresses or the traditional outfits, and they have their customs, but that's changing a lot. They're modernizing a lot. Each year, they kind of care less about a lot of traditions. Some traditions are still strong, but I guess that's probably true for every country in the world now, because once the world started getting the mobile phones, the world became connected, and your own country's traditions didn't seem so important anymore because you were getting information about other countries. So I guess in the last 10 years, probably every country's traditions and customs has been changing, modernizing, globalizing. Sarah, which city do you live in Korea? I live in Gwangmyeong, and I'll write that in case you guys want to know. That's a small city right next to Seoul. Layla, you said before that you didn't buy a house in Korea, but now you say they save house to you. Well, they didn't buy me a house, Layla. They rented me a house and they paid the rent. Not now. Working at the college, they don't pay my rent. But when I first came here, they paid my rent. They didn't buy me a house. Fanny, do you like drama Korean drama? Again, 15 years ago, I would watch some Korean dramas. These days, I don't watch any Korean dramas. I know they're very popular around the world, K-pop and K-dramas, but I don't have time to get into them. Fanny, you love Korean dramas? Diallo, congratulations for your time in Korea. Thank you, Diallo. The noble thing that anyone can do is teaching others, and you have done this. Thumbs up for you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Gary, I didn't know you liked that movie. Yeah, I love that movie. What's the funniest episode in Korea? What do you mean by episode? Episode is talking about TV. So the funniest thing that happened to me in Korea. I don't know. I guess how Koreans treat me sometimes. They treat me so well here. In public, Koreans are usually very nice and very respectful to me. So, I have one funny story. Well, when I first came to Korea, in 1999, there was not many foreigners here. So if to see a foreigner, especially Caucasian foreigner, was very special in 1999. Now there's so many foreigners here from all kinds of countries that it's not so special anymore. But when I came here and I was walking down the street, many people were always watching me. They were always watching me. And I remember I was walking in Seoul, and there was this homeless man, and he saw me, and he was very excited to see me. Oh, there's a foreigner. So he jumped up off the street, he ran up to me, and he put out his hand to shake my hand. Now, he's a homeless man, so he looked dirty, he smelled dirty. I didn't really want to touch this guy, but he was so excited to see me, he just wanted to shake my hand. So, okay, I shook his hand. He's still human, right? So I shook his hand and I said, nice to meet you. And then we parted, but he was so happy to see me. If I think of other stories, I'll let you know, Carrie. Davika, sir, tell interesting things about Korea. I don't know their value. Korean people are very diligent. If I could describe Korean people in one word, it is diligent. They work hard. Hardworking people, and of course, I've been here 20 years, so they made me into a diligent person. When I first came here, I was a really lazy guy. I didn't like doing anything, any sort of work. But Korea trained me to stay focused and work hard and be diligent. So I'm always thankful to Korea for helping me to be diligent. So there's hardworking people. That's why they can make cell phones and cars and semiconductors, things like that. They have a lot of success because they're hard workers. Kareem, how was the Korean foods? Was it delicious? I heard they eat fried worms. I don't think they eat fried worms. I've never heard that before. They don't eat many compared to Chinese people. I've traveled through China, and there's some strange food in China, but Korea, some of it's a little strange, but I don't eat. My personality, I'm not a foodie. I don't really care about food. Even when I travel to another country, I'm not excited to eat the food of that country. I'm not really interested in food. So Korean food, I can eat Korean food, but I don't get excited to eat some Korean food. There's some Korean food I don't like, but I don't want to complain about Korean food. Generally speaking, it's pretty good. Carrie Page, retracted message. Jenabu Diallo. So when are you planning to go back home and settle in Canada? I'm not planning to go back to Canada. So I will leave Korea one day, and I will probably go to another country, not Canada. Canada is cold, so I don't like Canadian winters. I haven't been in a Canadian winter for 20 years, so I'm very happy about that. I don't want to go back to a Canadian winter. Too cold. I'll go to another country. Please come to Ghana. Maybe I'll go to Ghana. Piedad, Lauren. Hello, my dear teacher, Robin. Hello, Piedad. Fanny, someday you should make a topic about how to apply to work in abroad. Yeah, Fanny. Many students ask me, but it comes down to if you learn Korean. If you can learn Korean very well, then there's opportunities here. Catherine, if if you want to speak Korean, I help for you. Welcome, Catherine's KOP. Yes. If I need Korean help, Catherine, yeah, I'll go to your KOP class, Korean only program. Piedad, teacher, I'm 25 years old. Well, Piedad, good for you. I hope you're studying English a lot. Layla, do you have any difficulties during your teaching in Korea? It depends on the age group. Right now, I teach college students. There's not, the college students are not really motivated, but they don't really cause trouble, right? I have a little bit of frustration with them, but I'm not fighting with them. I don't have much stress because of them. But when I teach children, so I have a lot of experience teaching children, and the children's moms, oh my gosh, they are really, really difficult to talk to or to convince them that, I'm teaching their child in a good way, because Korean moms have a lot of demands. You need to do this, you need to do this, you need to teach this. And so working with Korean moms, teaching their young children, that's very difficult, very difficult. I remember I was teaching a private class. So these moms hired me for a private class, and I was teaching four kindergarten age students, so 4 or 5 years old students. And they were always playing. They didn't care about English. So I said to the mom, I taught them for about a week. I said to the mom, I don't think I'm the best teacher. I want to quit. And the mom said, no, you're not quitting. So they wouldn't let me quit. So I continued to teach those students for a year. I taught them a year because those moms were they would never let me quit. But eventually I said, I have to quit because I was moving to a different city. Yeah, Lam Hong, I'm in Korea right now. Sarah, $20,000. I think it's expensive. Yeah, Sarah, $20,000 because, you guys have a lot of questions. Got to drink more water. They put a high limit because they only want serious students, because there's a lot of students, they come to Korea, they don't study, they just they come on a student visa, but they don't go to school. They just get a job illegally in the factory. So there's thousands and thousands of illegal immigrants in Korea. So they don't want the students to come here pretending to be students and then just go to the factories and work. So they put that $20,000 to get the serious people, Say day, how about job applying? I have to know Korean language. Anything you do in Korea, you need to know Korean language. Whether you work or study, you need to know the Korean language. I haven't been to Iran yet, but hopefully I'll go there one day. Kang Eugene, what's your embarrassing memory of living in Korea? Oh, what is embarrassing? Give me a second to think of embarrassing. When I first came to Korea, Not so much these days, but back in 1999, 2000, Koreans always touching me. Wherever I worked and my Korean friends, they're always trying to hold my body or hug me. They're always trying to touch me, so I always felt very uncomfortable. Pretty girls never tried to touch me. Just it was always guys. They wanted to, sit close to me, touch me. Korean people, it's not gay or anything. Just Korean people were at that time very very close. Men touched a lot. So embarrassing to me is going to the sauna. So the first time I went to the sauna in Korea, you go to the sauna, it's only men. You take off your clothing. So I'm naked in the sauna. Everyone is watching me here and down there. They're watching me, they're staring. And I felt uncomfortable. And I'm there with my friends. And then they're still touching me when I'm naked. They're touching my arms and hugging me. And These days, Koreans don't touch like that anymore. They're more, they keep a little bit of distance, but they're very friendly back then. Not just to me, but to each other, they're also touching too much. But don't touch me in the sauna. Rhoda, have you met Filipino people there? Yeah, there's a lot of There's Filipinos here. Every country people are here. Vietnamese, Filipinos, Chinese, lots of Chinese, and Russian. There's not too many Middle Eastern people, but they are here. There's some Africans here, especially from Nigeria. Of course, there's lots of Canadian, American, Australian, New Zealand English teachers. Oh, I'm about 12 minutes behind. You guys have a lot of questions. Layla, can you remember the best situation you had during your stay in Korea? The best thing about Korea is because I have another job at a trading company. So I teach at the college English, but I also have another job at the trading company. And my boss there, he's over 65 years old, Korean man, and he is the best thing that has happened to me in Korea. He's such a nice man, and he has helped me so much to develop myself in Korea. So the best thing that's happened to me in Korea is meeting my boss at the Korean company, Mr. Jung. Billy, do you like Korean songs like K-pop? Not really. I used to when I first came to Korea. When I first came to Korea, I really loved the culture. Music, movies, TV dramas. But now I'm not so much because I'm older. What was the most surprise situation when she came? Who's she? Came to Korea. When I came to Korea? Korea, I was surprised when I came to Korea because Korea is pretty developed. When I first came to Korea, I didn't expect Korea to be very developed, but they were very developed. My sister's crazy about Korean movies and dramas. Anderson, hello. I like Koreans very much, but I've never met a Korean in real life. Well, I can help you meet a Korean, Diallo. I know many Koreans. Yeah, Korean, I'm still in Korea. This is Korea right now. Hamza, hello. Today we're talking about Korea, because I've been here 20 years. How's it going in Korea? It's going well in Korea. Every year is getting better. Pretty cat. Ali, I've been to Turkey. I went to Turkey a few years ago. I went to Istanbul. Very beautiful place. Piedad. Yeah, I come from Canada. Sarah, I hope you can be a teacher. Pharmaceutical field. Good luck to you, Sarah. If you need my help, let me know. Study English. Hello from California. Oh, I love California. Davika, I heard earlier dog meat is favorite in Korea. Is it truth? Yes, Koreans do eat dog kind of soup, with dog meat soup. Um, it's not common anymore. Like older generation, older people might have that, but young people don't have that anymore. But it is true. They will eat dog, but not so much. I've never tried it. Yeah, lamb. I've been to Vietnam 2 times. Yeah, more and more Arabic people are coming to Korea. More and more every year. Fanny, you are Canadian. Why don't you go back just because of the weather? Well, Fanny, because of my lifestyle, I like to travel, and Canada's a great country, but it is cold and it is a boring country. I mean, 6 p.m. Everyone goes home. Everything closes. It's not a very active country at nighttime. And I've been away so long that the culture values a little different than what I believe in. Canada is a great country, but it's a great country if you have a family, but as a single guy still traveling the world, Canada's not for me. Hamza, can I change with you? Yeah, let's trade. Oh, you want to go to Canada, not Korea? Korea in 2002 World Cup was held in South Korea and Japan. Do you have any experience with that tournament? Good question, Kareem. Excuse me. Yes. 2002 World Cup. It's not a good story because at that time, Korea was, because the American Army is in Korea. There are American Army bases in Korea even today because of North Korea. So the American Army, sometimes they do bad things. They commit crimes, or they hurt Korean people. And sometimes Korean people get angry at the American Army. So in 2002, there was a few American Army problems. So Koreans in 2002 were anti-American. They did not like Americans. So, when they see me, they think, oh, he's American. So many people thought I was American, and people, not every day, but sometimes people would push me, yell at me. Sometimes they hit me in 2002. So 2002 was a little bit dangerous to be walking outside at night. Only that year. Any other year, there's never a problem. But that year, 2002, it was a dangerous year. There's a little bit anti-Americanism. So the World Cup, Koreans are crazy about the World Cup. They should be. But there was a game. There was one game between Korea and the USA. And everyone would go to the park, watch the game on the big screen TV. And I usually went to the park. But that game, I was like, I'm not going to the park. Because if America wins and beats Korea, then there's going to be a lot of angry, drunk Koreans, and they might target me. So I didn't go to the park. I just stayed home for the Korea-American game. But luckily, that game ended in a tie. It was even score. It might have been 1-1 or 2-2. But nobody won. I was happy. Anyway, that was my experience. But the Koreans were crazy in 2002. They was just so excited about the World Cup. Oh, I have one more story about the World Cup. Because I was teaching English classes during the World Cup. And, nobody's coming to English class during the World Cup. I thought, so I can watch the World Cup. But there was one game I was teaching. I was supposed to teach a class. But of course, I thought no students are coming. But one woman came to class. So I have to teach her. I can't watch the World Cup. So I said to her, millions of people are watching the game right now. Why are you studying English? She says, I don't care about football. And I said, I don't care about football too, but it's World Cup. So I was supposed to teach her 1 hour. After 10 minutes, because I wanted to see the game. After 10 minutes, I said, sorry, I'm going to watch the game. If you want to complain to my boss, just complain. She didn't complain, but she was strange. Pretty Cat, which kind of Korean food do you eat? I eat, I like stews. They have kimchi stews and like bean stews. They're okay. UK Android. Hello. When you are getting married, which nationality would you would you prefer for your spouse? I don't really care about nationality. Grace, I'm watching but lazy to type. Pretty Cat, Robin, how are Muslim people in Korea? There are Muslims here, not many, but they are here. I visited a mosque once while in Korea. I went to the mosque once. They're all very friendly. Most of them were businessmen, and most of the Muslim community, they're the businessmen. And they're sending used cars back to their country. So whether it's Jordan, Egypt, wherever, they're sending used cars back to their country. Florence learning Korean. Joyanne, I was a teacher's assistant before. Most students are Korean, Japanese. It was really hard, that's true. It was very difficult, especially the mother. Yeah, you understand. Wow, you guys have a lot of questions. You have more questions about Korea today than English another day. Sir, do you support students to learn Korean? Well, we have a Korean WhatsApp group. If you're really interested in learning Korean, you can join the WhatsApp group. Kapug Zoo, hello. Grace, I did not get the scrub service in the sauna. Don't touch me in the sauna. That's my policy. Layla, have you moved to more than one city to live in since you came to Korea? Yeah, I've lived in 3 different cities in Korea, but I've never lived in Seoul. I lived around Seoul. We call those satellite cities because they're around Seoul. Lutfi, hello. Lutfi, you cut your beard. Maybe 2 months ago I cut my beard. Grace, is it still easy to get a job? Yeah, it's still easy to get a job as an English teacher. Sathish Surya, hello. Win, hello. Pretty Cat, Robin, when Korean people speak in English, how is their English accent? I'm not picky about accents. It's fine. Korean people's accents, fine, no problem. Of course, I've lived here 20 years. It's very easy for me to hear the Korean accent. Japanese accent, oh, that's a little difficult. Rendell, I'm not doing any English questions today, Rendell. You can ask me tomorrow. I'm just talking about Korea today. That's today's topic. How much is your cap? This is an old cap. Oh, thank you, Hamza. No, Layla, I've been at different schools. I've been at the private schools. I've been at public schools. I've been at universities. I've been at colleges. I've taught at companies. I've taught private classes. I've taught on TV. I've taught everything, every kind of student, every kind of situation since I've been in Korea. Devika, sir, Korean people are very beautiful, aren't they? So, aren't they? Yeah, Korean people are attractive. Both men and women are very attractive. Kang Yujin, have you ever had a pet? Do you mean pet? P-E-T? Yes, I used to have a cat. My first year in Korea, I had a cat. Sad story. But back in 1999, Koreans really, really hated cats. Nowadays, it's better. But in 1999, everyone hated cats. And I had a cat. And my cat, I trained my cat very well. If I walked to the video store, my cat would follow me right beside me. No leash. My cat would always follow me wherever I walked. And the kids and people were always scared of my cat, always trying to kick my cat. And then one day, the neighbor knocked on the door. And he said, yeah, they poisoned my cat. There's some old woman in the neighborhood. She had tuna, and she put poison in the tuna, and she put tuna around my building and killed all the cats, including my cat. So I was very sad about that. These days, cats are more welcome than before. Lamb, yes, I eat Vietnamese food a lot. I love Vietnamese food. Hamza, what's the worst things in Korea? What's the benefits? Comparing Korea and Canada, I'll talk about healthcare. I think Korean healthcare is a lot better than Canadian healthcare. Canadian healthcare is free. Korean healthcare is not free, but it's cheap. So, of course, the American system is expensive, but Korea has good healthcare, and it's cheap. So, I think it's a little bit better than Canada. Canada's free, but you just have to wait so long. Korea, quick service. You go to the hospital, you can see a specialist in probably 10 minutes and start getting treatment immediately or the next day. Canada, you got to wait hours to see a doctor, and if you want to see a specialist, you might have to wait months to get treatment depending on the illness. Some people wait years. So in regards to healthcare, I really like the Korean system better than Canada. Pierre. Teacher, it's my first time to hear a Canadian person say, I don't like the cold weather. I think every Canadian is going to say, I don't like cold weather. All humans should say, I don't like cold weather. All right. You guys, wow, so many questions. I didn't think this topic would be this popular. I thought I'd be talking for 5 minutes and then over. Diallo, did you have a culture shock in Korea? Yes, I had culture shock. I think culture shock has 5 stages. I went through those stages. What are the 5 stages of culture shock? Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Yeah. Anyway, I went through this. I had culture shock. What do you think of Korean girls? Ugh, Korean girls. No comment. Batman, hi Robin, how you doing? Yeah, Florin, you're in the WhatsApp group. Latha, thank you, CP. I understand. So if you're watching this tomorrow, welcome back. Batman from Algeria. Yeah, I know who you are. I do English questions tomorrow. Today's is only Korean. Layla, do you eat most of your meals outside the home? Yes, I do, Layla. Almost all of I don't cook. I don't have time to cook. I'm so busy. Andre, welcome. Yep, this is my 20-year anniversary stream. Welcome. Are there any Algerians here? I've never met an Algerian in Korean. I've never met an Algerian in Korea, but I'm sure there must be a few Algerians here. I can eat with chopsticks, yes. I can't speak Korean very well. How can you get all your jobs in Korean? Well, Fanny, Koreans love to study English, so there's always jobs for English teachers in Korea, Japan, China, Taiwan. There's always lots of jobs. Cats are awesome, Grace. Actually, I was watching at dinner tonight. I was watching your video in WhatsApp with your cat's paw. Davika, I have no family here. Grace has 2 cats. Kang Yujin, have you been to the Pyeongchang Olympics? No, I was not excited about the Pyeongchang Olympics. So when the Pyeongchang Olympics were in Korea, I traveled another country. I didn't watch anything about that. Layla, if I want to live in Korea, is Korea a safe place to live for me as a woman? Yeah, I think, nowhere is 100% safe for women, but I would say Korea is pretty safe for women. Considering all the countries in the world, Korea is pretty safe for women. I would say top 10. Davika's gone. Magna, hello. Adam, I love cold weather, around 15 degrees. 15 degrees is not cold weather. Minus 30 is cold weather. Grace, do you have the best Korean friend? The best Korean friend? No. So Grace, yeah, making friends, like really deep connection with Korean people is almost impossible for me. They tend to, I don't want to get into that, Grace, but yeah, it's hard to make real Korean friends. Grace, why do you don't want to say about Korean girls? Because I don't want to make you angry, Grace. Diego, hello. Pretty cat, are Korean girls beautiful than other countries? Yes. Korean girls are probably the most beautiful, at least in Asia. Every country has beautiful girls, but I think certainly Korea has a lot more beautiful girls. I don't want to make other countries sound bad. Of course, as I said, there's pretty girls and handsome men in every country, but certainly in Korea there's a lot of attractive people. For Caucasian people, when I visited Sweden, wow, Swedish people are probably the most beautiful white people I've seen. So if you're looking for Asians, Korean people, if you're looking for white people, Sweden. Yeah, anyone can visit Korea. If you visit Korea, please let me know. Pretty cat's gone. Fanny, how to get those jobs? I don't know, Fanny. I don't know. All right, Diallo's gone. Everyone's leaving. Layla, Korean girls. Maybe I'll just do a live stream topic one day about Korean girls, because that's going to take 4 hours to talk about Korean girls. So too complex. Yeah, Korean, I saw your improvement in the WhatsApp group about Korean. Andre, Robin, did you leave friends and relatives in Canada? If you don't visit Canada, where do you meet? Where did you meet? Yeah, I left my friends and family in Canada, and 20 years, many people disappeared and many people passed away. So I don't talk to someone in Canada regularly these days. The last person I talked in Canada would probably be my cousin. That might have been 1 year ago. Oh, no. I talked to my sister-in-law sometimes. Oh, Grace, you're not the best friend. Grace, you are my best Korean friend. I don't think Korean girls are beautiful. Grace, you have a woman's eye. I have the man's eye. Moaz, how much to live in Korea? Do you have any idea about price? Well, certainly I know about price. Moaz, Eunice, living in Korea is expensive, especially housing. So I'll tell you about my house here. Let me get a marker. Let me check the money. We're talking about money. We got to get serious. We got to be accurate. So I'll change everything to US dollars. So my place is cheap because I don't live in Seoul. So I have 3 rooms, not bedrooms. My house is a little strange. It's just 3 rooms. It's fairly big, and I pay US dollars, I pay $464 a month. I live on the 5th floor, no elevator, only stairs. So I have to, I'm at the top. There's no elevator. And my deposit this is what's going to shock most of you. So this is cheap. I have to put the $25,000 deposit on my house, 3 rooms. I have to also pay $464 a month. Yeah, and this is 5th floor, no elevator. That's how much I pay. That's expensive. Food is pretty cheap, and services like getting a haircut can be cheap. But the housing is really what's expensive in Korea. Kang Yujin, do you like math or science? I'm not a math guy. I'm not a science guy, but I would prefer science over math. Grace, how many Korean girls have you met as a girlfriend in your life? I'm never going to tell you, Grace. Gentlemen don't kiss and tell. HD, DDK, hello. Magna, expensive housing. Florence emotionally attached to the Korean language. Grace, who is the closest person around you in Korea as a friend? Probably my coworkers at the college. They're not Korean. Coco Loco, why you choose Korea to teach? Because they had lots of good teaching jobs here. Diego, I'm teaching in a city called Gwangmyeong. It's next to Seoul. Yes, my age is more than 40. Layla, do you have problems with your neighbors in the same building? I don't have problems with my neighbors, but I do have, in the same building, I don't have problems with my neighbors. But in my neighborhood, there's some old people that they don't seem to like me. I have some problems with them. Grace, wow, cheap. Even I live in a small studio. Rent fee would be like, you live in Seoul, Grace. Come live out here. Cheaper. Andre, you use dollars in Korea? No, Koreans don't use dollars. We use Korean money. But I'm talking to an international group, so I changed the Korean money to US dollars so everyone can understand. Koreans don't use US dollars. Grace, when are you? Oh, Sadi, 5th floor is too difficult. It's fine. When are you leaving Korea? I don't know, Grace. I have no emotional bond with the Korean language, Florin. No bond. Coco Loco, Korea's good. I like Korea. Yeah, Korea is 85% awesome, 15% so-so. No bad. Is food expensive in Korea? Not really. It can be. Certainly food is not cheap, but it's okay. Grace, I think my hometown treat better foreigner than there. Grace, you would be surprised about racism and discrimination in Korea. even yourself, Grace. Maybe you're not even aware of how you're thinking about foreigners. I'm not an athlete. Walking up the stairs, yeah, my legs are strong. Kang Yujin, do you sometimes watch the news about Korea? Every day I read Korean news. And which city do you live? I live in Gwangyang. I'm not going to move. I like my house here. I'm not going to move. Oops. What happened? All right, I'm going to finish up in the next couple minutes, guys. I'm still sick, so I got to be ready for tomorrow's English questions. Sadi, I really thank you. Your videos, excuse me. All right, see you, Sadi. Make me crazy tomorrow. Carno, Antonio, how about the government in Korea? There's always political problems. But I think Korea is... I'm losing my voice, guys. We're going to finish up soon. Korean government is developing very well, I think. Can you understand Korean news? I don't watch... I read Korean news in English. I don't watch Korean TV, so I don't watch the Korean news. Waz, I'm not sure about your time live yet. Every day or Independence Day? Almost every day. So tomorrow, usually not Monday. It is 11:37 p.m. here. Layla, do you attend parties in Korea when someone invites you? No, I don't go to parties. Florin, do you avoid to learn Korean language? I don't avoid it, Florin. I just don't have time. In the past, when I've had time, I've studied Korean language, but I just don't have time, Florin. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you, everyone, for watching my 20-year anniversary live stream celebration. You guys asked a lot of questions, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bring your English questions. Let's get back to studying English. All right. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something about Korea. And I'll see you tomorrow.